What's going on, guys? It is the Lone Courier here, and I am here to talk to you guys today about this whole RIP COD thing that's gone about, or it's been going on about for like a month now, and to be honest I've not made a video on it until now because, yeah, I didn't really have a problem with it until now, well, a couple of weeks ago, and I just felt like making this video, and I've, to be honest, finally got around to making it, so yeah. With this whole RIP COD bullshit, mainly if you've noticed, it's COD fuckboys or ex-COD fuckboys that are all posting this. You know, it's never really players of other games that are posting this, it's always Call of Duty players themselves that are posting this. And the reason why I'm calling bullshit and all this is because it's true, you know, the amount of kids that are sitting there going, RIP COD, it's so bullshit, you know. As these kids are sitting there acting like they know everything about Call of Duty and everything about Battlefield 1, it's unbelievable. Now, the thing is, these kids are all like, yeah, we're jumping over to Battlefield 1 this year. And I'm kind of just sitting there thinking to myself, okay, whatever you say. I guess that's more noobs for the Battlefield players to slay. And the thing is, that is what's going to happen this year, because all these kids are sitting there going, oh yeah, we're going to jump over to Battlefield 1 and we're going to play like it's Call of Duty and we're going to do so good at the game. But you know, the thing is, these kids are going to be back on Infinite Warfare when it does come out. Because obviously Battlefield 1 comes out before Infinite Warfare. These kids are definitely going to be on Infinite Warfare as soon as it's out. Because the thing is, these kids aren't factoring in the thing with Battlefield, and that is Battlefield 1 actually does require skill. Well, all Battlefields require skill. Now, a few things with Battlefield is obviously it's got ability drop, and obviously the maps are a lot bigger because there's vehicles, and that's just a few reasons why Call of Duty players are going to get fucked over this year on Battlefield 1, because these kids, they're expecting to jump over onto Battlefield 1 and they're thinking it's probably going to play like Call of Duty, and that's where they're wrong, like really fucking wrong, because Battlefield is always played like its own game, you know. The only game I know that's ever played like Battlefield is probably Medal of Honor, you know. It's this fucking huge ass game with you know, big fucking maps and like tanks and shit like that, and these kids, they're expecting a Call of Duty level game, you know, where they're going to jump into all these small maps. And it's like, yup, that isn't going to happen. There's not really any small maps in Battlefield. Yeah, there is, definitely. But there definitely isn't going to be many small maps in Battlefield 1, because it's set in World War 1, where a lot of the fighting was in big fucking areas, you know. I doubt there's going to be many small maps in the game. Maybe one or two at launch, maybe a couple more during the DLC. But for the most part, it's going to be big-ass maps, like the Reveal multiplayer stream. And the thing is, these kids are all expecting to jump over and play like it's Call of Duty, which includes they're expecting the guns to handle like Call of Duty. Now that is where they're dead wrong, because Battlefield, these guns have real recoil. Now before you start acting like a fuckboy and going, oh well, Call of Duty guns have recoil as well, these kids do everything to counter that recoil because they can't handle it, because they're little bitches. For the most part, you'll look at a Call of Duty player playing any other game and they're shit at it because the recoil is too much for their bitch ass to handle. You look at them playing Black Ops 3, what class setup are they using? VMP, Variks Free Sight. Every class that they have always will have a Variks Free because it reduces recoil, says Drifter. You know, they're using the classes that are the cheapest fucking easiest classes to use, and it's like, dude, if that's the way you're playing, you're never going to do well at any other games. Now seriously, these kids aren't going to play well at Battlefield, and they're going to jump back on Infinite Warfare instantly, because these kids, now I don't speak for the entire Call of Duty community here, I think there is quite a lot of them out there that will accept the challenge and will get into Battlefield because they like the way it plays, but a lot of these kids are going to jump back off Battlefield because they realise it's too damn hard for them. Now, a lot of Call of Duty players these days, this is generally what's wrong with this generation of gamers, is they're all little fucking idiots, you know, they play like kids, you know, they're just too stuck in the mentality of, oh well, I'll just stick to Call of Duty then, because Call of Duty requires no skill, and they don't even realise it. Half these kids think they're good Call of Duty players, but the thing is, they're just average FPS players, you know. There's this video that I saw from B Dobbins for the win a couple of weeks ago talking about a game, shit, I can't fucking remember the game. I think it was Red Orchestra 2 or something like that. It was a World War II FPS, and all these kids that were getting the focus group testing were all coming back and saying things like, I'm a good Call of Duty player, why am I doing bad at this game? But the truth is, they're bad FPS players, but they think because I'm good at Call of Duty, I should do good at this game, make this game more like Call of Duty, and that is what's ruining this generation of gamers. It's ruined so many good games that had potential already. It ruined Doom, it ruined Battlefield Hardline, it ruined fucking Star Wars Battlefront, it ruined Halo Halo 4, and Halo is still trying to recover from that wound because, you know, you've got all these fucking fanboys that come along and they're still expecting it to play like Halo 4. You know, you can't dramatically change it from one game to the next, you need to kind of soothe it back out, which is, I guess, what they were trying to do with Black Ops 3 with the movement system. I don't know, but these kids, you know, they've just got a real lack of commitment. I feel like a fucking sports coach sitting here. But these kids really do have a lack of commitment. You'll see them jump onto another game and they'll be back off it within a week once they realise that they're bad at that game. Because these kids, they're really not into the mindset of if it's worth playing, it will take time to learn. Now that applies to a lot of games these days. Games that I play, you know, Gears of War 4, when the beta was on, I was awful for the first couple of days, and by the time the beta ended, I was starting to get into the swing of things, you know, I was starting to get actually pretty good at it. I'm not saying I'm a good Gears of War player, but yeah, I definitely was starting to get in the hang of it, starting to enjoy things a bit more, stop questioning things. A few other games that I've got like that with is the older Halo games. I used to be good, stopped playing, started playing Call of Duty, and then started playing Halo again. But, you know, I've been playing the older games like Halo 3 and 2, and those games definitely require a lot more skill. You know, you need to learn how to fully kill people normally. You know, you can't just charge in with the assault rifle because it's weak as fuck. You need to figure out how to smartly and quickly get someone's shields down and go in for the headshot. You know, just need to work on your accuracy and stuff like that. And these kids don't have the mental capacity to do that, quite frankly. You know, they're too used to Call of Duty where the TTK is ridiculously low, and they try and jump on other games. It happened a lot with Destiny as well. These kids jump onto games like that, and they're like, oh, I keep getting killed. Why the fuck does this keep happening? I'm good on Call of Duty. Why am I so bad at this game? And it's because those games have quite a big skill gap, you know? These games are more skill based, and they can't handle it because, you know, it takes time to fucking learn. Another game I've been playing a lot recently is Unreal Tournament on the PC, and Unreal Tournament, that game really does test my skills quite a lot. Now, I thought I had average FPS skills, but like playing Unreal Tournament is like shit, it's like a completely different game. You know, these arena games, they require generally a lot more skill. You need to have fucking good accuracy to play them, because everybody moves so goddamn quickly. And it's stuff like that, you know, the average Call of Duty player would jump on if they ever did, because it's a PC game, and, you know, Call of Duty on PC is quite a small community as it is, and I find these guys play a lot more games like Counter-Strike and whatnot, but for the most part, your Call of Duty console players, you know, they'll jump onto Unreal Tournament, they'll get their arse handed to them, and they'll start raging, and they'll think, oh, fuck this game, I'm never going to play that again. And this has been quite a long-winded commentary, but I'm just explaining things to you, you know? Because a lot of kids are sitting there going, oh, well, Battlefield 1's going to do so much better than Infinite Warfare this year. And I want it to, seriously, trust me when I say this, I want Battlefield 1 to do better. But just at the end of the day, it's not going to do better because it requires more skill than Call of Duty. And kids, you know, kids don't want skill-based games. Kids want to feel like badasses, which is what's ruining games these days. You know, if you can think of a game within the last 10 years that has gone to shit, it's because of Call of Duty, I can guarantee you. Well, for the most part, you know, there's some games that have actually, like, taken out a lot of things from their games just to attract more Call of Duty gamers. I want to say Fallout 4 because that would be a really good example, because you could see why Fallout 4 kind of stripped back a lot of RPG features in order to maintain and hold the FPS player's attention. Because a lot of these kids have a very short fucking attention span, you know, you'll watch them playing a campaign, and they'll be like, ugh, I fucking hate it, it's so boring, when I get to shoot stuff up. And I'm not trying to sound like a snob or elitist when I say this, but the thing is, these Call of Duty players are going to jump on Battlefield this year, they're going to realise how fucking bad they are at it, and then they're going to jump back onto Call of Duty this year. So overall, I think Battlefield 1 is going to do just fine in terms of sales. It's going to have a good player base, unless it does try and fuck itself up and turn into a Call of Duty wannabe. But from what I've seen in the gameplay multiplayer reveal stream, it seems like they've taken a lot of those features from Hardline out and made it more into Battlefield 4 again, which is a good thing. You know, a lot of people are going, oh, it's just Battlefield 4 reskinned, but when you look at Battlefield Hardline, it's a good fucking thing. It's basically a Battlefield 4 reskin. As long as it has a better launch, I think Battlefield 1 will do just fine. And these Call of Duty players, well, I guess they'll just run back to Call of Duty when they realise how bad they are at other FPS games. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and please don't rage at me in the comments. If you do want to rage at me in the comments, then I guess somebody else is probably bound to roast you, or I will roast you if that's what you try and attempt. But yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed the video. It's been a long career. I'll see you guys in the next one. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I always do appreciate it. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. Peace.